Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Well, extraordinary news this morning. Donald Trump has been found guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records in his hush money trial in New York. On the steps outside the courtroom right here, right now, we're going to cross to David Woiwod, who's the US Sunrise correspondent. Hello, David.
Morning, guys.
Wow. Where do we start? What's Trump's mood? What was his face?
His mood was predictably dark, guys. He's just left the courthouse in the past couple of moments, and look, he's stuck in New York traffic right now, trying to fight his way away from the courthouse. But he has come out, and he's come out firing after being found guilty of 34 charges, these felony counts for falsifying his business records. It's an historic moment down here in New York City, that is for sure. We've got a huge crowd here. There was pro-Trump, there was anti-Trump, and I'll tell you what, when those verdicts were read out, all 34 of them, and they came thick and fast, a huge cheer went up through this crowd here. Look, the jury had only been deliberating in this case for, how's this, 12 hours, and we thought that they had been sent home for the day, and then it all turned in an instant, and the judge informed the court that indeed they had reached this verdict, and a historic verdict it is, guys.
Wow.
Will he go to jail?
Well, this is the really interesting thing. We know that this judge, his name's Juan Merchan, and he's taken a really dim view in the past of this form of white-collar crime, and he has sent people to jail before on crimes similar to this. But, of course, he's got a lot of other factors to weigh into that sentencing. That sentencing is actually going to happen on July 11, and that is 4 days before the Republican National Convention, that, of course, being the big party event where they will officially confirm Donald Trump as their candidate. Right now, he is the presumptive candidate. There's no one else really within QE of him when it comes to those primary votes. So he was going to get it anyway. He probably will still get it. I don't think anything's going to stand in the way of Donald Trump right now. But it's all just coming into a perfect storm ahead of this election. Of course, just 6 or so months away. The Democrats will be hoping that this turns some hearts and minds potentially away from Donald Trump. But just speaking to a lot of people and following a lot of these Trump cases as we have over the past 18 months or so now, a lot of people have already made up their minds. It feels that there is a huge percentage of the US population that are probably not going to be too swayed by this. But look, Democrats will be hoping that isn't the case, that they can steal some support away from Donald Trump, and perhaps there are some Republicans there that will hold their nose and vote blue come November.
It just seems that Donald Trump is Teflon. He just says it's rigged, and his supporters just lean into that, and they say, yeah, it's rigged, it's a giant con, it's a giant conspiracy.
Yeah, it totally washes with these guys, and look, it's a message that they have been parroting here for the past 6 or so weeks. A real hardcore group of MAGA supporters, as we of course call them, and they've been down here just calling this a witch hunt. Donald Trump said as much on his way out again. He has pointed the finger at Joe Biden. He has pointed the finger at the Department of Justice. He has said that he's just become a political target. He's, in some ways, he's said that he is a victim of the deep state. We've heard that, of course, being a line that the Trump campaign has been trotting out for some time right now. But for his supporters that believe this, this is just a natural outcome for them. They predicted that he would be found guilty, and of course, bearing in mind that guilty verdict was delivered by a jury of his supposed peers anyway, New Yorkers, 12 of them, 7 men and 5 women. So I don't know how they can actually swallow that line, but they certainly are at the moment. You can fact-check a lot of the stuff that Donald Trump says pretty quickly and pretty easily, but he's not changing his tune. He hit the microphones on the way out, and he's just continuing to have that message.
David, legally, does this change anything for him? As you say, he can still be the nominee. Can he be president and be convicted?
Yeah, that's the way the American system is. It hasn't been tested before, but the way that it is set up right now, there's kind of nothing stopping Donald Trump, even if there is a prison sentence imposed, of him actually still running for president. And look, in some bizarre scenario, you could find this situation where you have the President of the United States behind bars in a New York jail.
Oh, wow.
He's making policy while he's in the yard lifting weights with Bubba.
Unprecedented much? Yes.
How good's that? Well, David, thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Appreciate that you took the time. Thank you.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Look after you. Stay safe in New York City.